Hi everybody, I'm Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan with this quick Tropical Depression Isaac update. Let's get right to the radar. That's what we're going to be most interested in as we head through the rest of the evening hours. We continue to have very heavy rain across portions of Arkansas. Get a little bit closer look now and show you where we do have a couple of very heavy rain bands. One of those extending from just southwest of England to the north of Iron Springs. That's running along the southern and western border of Pulaski County. Also some areas of heavy rain moving through northern parts of Saline County. That activity moving off to the west-northwest at about 15 miles per hour. Further off to the north, some areas of very heavy rain from Heber Springs back to Greenbrier, now moving north of Conway through Morrilton, north of Perryville. You folks in Russellville, out I-40 west of Little Rock, you'll be seeing some heavy rain. And when these heavy rain bands come through, that's when we're going to be seeing the gustiest winds. At about 5,000 feet, the winds associated with Isaac are running anywhere from about 50 to now about 60 miles per hour. So some of that energy is transferred down to the surface. That's why we see just breezy conditions, and then when the heavy rain bands go through, it gets rather gusty. A lot of the trees have been weakened because of the drought. So we're seeing a lot of branches down and scattered power outages across Arkansas, especially southern and eastern Arkansas. Other areas of rain running through Perry County, south of Interstate 40, from Altus out to Fort Smith. Further off to the south, you folks across the northern part of Jefferson County, just north of Pine Bluff, seeing some very heavy rainfall this evening. Radar estimates anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of rain. Now you're seeing some moderate to occasionally heavy rain running through Jefferson County, back toward Grant County near the Sheridan area, rising as well in the Fordyce area, some very heavy rain. Now near Camden, that's where the center of Tropical Depression Isaac is, at least the upper level center right now, located in this area right near Camden. Now the low level center seems to have separated a little bit further off to the west, and we'll see that with our wind diagram in just a few minutes. But the bigger view this evening shows that a large area of central and eastern Arkansas with very heavy rain. Very little rain falling across southwest Arkansas right now. In fact, no radar indications right now of any rain across the extreme southwestern part of the state. I still think we're going to see some areas of rain, but for right now, it looks like the biggest threat of heavy rainfall will be running from up around Clinton toward the Russellville area, back toward Hot Springs, down toward El Dorado, Monticello, across Jefferson County, and out toward Prairie County, and back toward the Searcy area. That's where it looks like the heaviest rain will be concentrated as that upper level center tracks to the north-northwest. Now we'll take a little bit closer look now at what our watches are. For right now, we have a flash flood watch in effect for most of Arkansas, with the exception of the far southwest, far northwest, and east central and northeast Arkansas, where the rainfall has not been and probably will not be as heavy. 4 to 8 inches total storm accumulation is possible through 1 a.m. Saturday. Some isolated locations could be picking up to a foot of rain. And with the gusty winds expected through the overnight hours into early Friday, a wind advisory and lake wind advisory in effect for all but extreme southeast Arkansas and northeast to east winds across the area, 25 to 35 miles per hour, with gusts in some of those rain bands as high as 50 miles per hour. Now, a little bit later on tonight, as the center of Isaac moves further off to the north, winds will become more southeasterly over extreme southeast and east central Arkansas. There is a slight risk, about a 5% risk, of an isolated tornado. During the day tomorrow, as Isaac moves further off to the north, southeasterly winds across much of central and eastern Arkansas, combined with upper level winds out of the southwest, will mean we'll have a little bit of turning in the atmosphere. So any thunderstorms that manage to develop during the day on Friday, if we get some breaks in the clouds especially, do have the potential, at least a slight risk, of producing an isolated tornado. Again, that risk around 5%. And one thing to note, this isn't to downplay the tornado threat at all, but with tropical cyclones, about 80% of all tornadoes produced are normally EF0s or EF1s. Again, not to minimize the threat. First of all, it's a very slight risk, and within that slight risk, it looks like if any tornadoes were to develop, they would be on a very low-end scale. Wind gusts right now in Little Rock up to 39 miles per hour, 35 mile per hour wind gusts in Monticello. And you could make out across southwestern Arkansas a little bit of a lull in the winds, and that is where the low-level center with Isaac is just about located. The upper level center separating a little bit, moving between El Dorado and Camden right now. But the surface area of low pressure will be tracking off to the north-northwest as well. So it looks like the strongest winds will be continuing across northern and central back into southeast Arkansas. And those winds will be shifting northward, the stronger wind gusts anyway, as we head through the overnight hours into the early morning hours Friday. Now overall, it looks like wind gusts will come down somewhat, except when we do see periods of showers and thunderstorms. Winds are still pretty strong even through Saturday in the upper levels, so some of that wind energy still can be transported down. A very tropical air mass, something to keep in mind. We're going to put our maps into motion and show you what's expected to happen during the overnight hours. First of all, heavy rain threat will continue through about sunrise tomorrow. And then the shield of the heaviest rain associated with the center of Isaac will be moving northward. With the afternoon heating and any breaks in the clouds, scattered showers and thunderstorms will be possible into Friday night. Again, some of those could be producing isolated tornadoes. Again, a very small risk, but something to keep in mind. During the day on Saturday, still a lot of tropical moisture around. Some remaining energy from Isaac is expected to be moving across the state, and that means we're still going to keep a chance of a few showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. By Sunday and Labor Day, we begin to dry out and we're going to heat up. Behind Isaac, we're going to have west to southwest winds, and that means temperatures are going to be on the way back up. For tonight, we are looking at a 100% chance of rain across most of the state except far southwest Arkansas. Tomorrow, rain likely early. Some of it could be heavy, becoming more scattered by afternoon. Again, that slight risk of a severe thunderstorm with a tornado possible. 50% chance of thunderstorms on Saturday. We begin to dry out Sunday on into Monday, Tuesday. Another front tries to move through Wednesday and Thursday, but temperatures back up into the mid-90s and near 100 for late in the holiday weekend, and then settling back in the low to mid-90s for Wednesday and Thursday. Have a good evening, everybody, and be safe, especially tomorrow morning on your morning commute. You could be running into some areas of high water.